what's happening, people? It's Kanza here, and today I'm going to be reading through the patch notes that's recently come out, patch notes 1.1.12. So without further ado, let's get into it. So according to this, the actual changes that have actually taken place were they fixed the following issues with keyboard controls, where a player presses a key at the beginning of a match, the action assigned to a different key will sometimes occur, and if keys are pressed and held before a match begins, those inputs continue even after gameplay begins. So this is just for keyboard players, not actual people that are on PC, just to clear that up. But if you play on keyboard, I'm guessing it's meaning that if you try and like buffer certain inputs or something before the match actually starts, different keys will just trigger off. I did have that issue, even though I play on pad. There were a couple of issues where, and I know other people have said this as well, where they've pressed buttons and then it doesn't come out, or you try and like do fireball, for example, and then you get DP sometimes. So I hope that's kind of been fixed across the board and not just specifically for keyboard. Another issue that they've said that they fixed is where the game would crash if a player presses the start button to open the button configuration menu when two controllers are connected. I've never personally experienced that because I haven't played with someone like directly next to me. I played online, but I did notice that during matches you could actually press start and then it would just have like the start screen menu where you can say button configuration and stuff. I don't know if that's something that was intended during actual games, because even in ranked, like I don't think the opponent's gonna wait for you to be like, hey, yeah, change your buttons, man. So I don't know if they're removing that or if they're just changing the way that operates, but having the game crash just because two controllers are plugged in and someone pressed start was pretty bad. So it's good that they've managed to fix that. Fixed an issue in RPG mode where the keyboard was always assigned to player 2 when multiple input devices are connected. Okay, so RPG mode is basically like the story mode of the game, or similar to arcade mode, but this one you actually follow through the main story. You play as Gran for the first part, and then you move on and you can unlock different characters to play as. At the end, you unlock Beelzebub. So in this section, it's saying that if you wanted to play with someone, I'm guessing, for some reason, if you're just playing on keyboard, if you're a keyboard player, I know there's keyboard players out there, you'd always be assigned to player 2. So that's good that they've managed to fix that. Fix an issue where the game would display the same button icons for player 2 as player 1 regardless of which input device player 2 was using. So I'm guessing this is for practice mode, right, or free training, where you'd have the different input logs on each side, and it would say like what you've pressed, so like X, circle, square, or whatsoever, and then on the other side I have like directions, same thing, do you know what I mean? So regardless of who was actually pressing buttons, it'd always appear on one side, so that's good that they've managed to fix that. They fixed an issue where where an incorrect message is shown when selecting return in option menu. I haven't personally experienced that, so I don't know what that's about. So I'm guessing you wouldn't be able to return after selecting option menu, don't know about that. And then fix various minor issues. So that last section, I'm guessing that's just across the board, any bugs or things that they found, which is good because there are a couple of things that did need to be fixed. Obviously the game's still in vanilla stage, so there's a lot of things that they're working out, and it's better that they're doing it now than like down the line. If there's issues with netcode, try and improve it earlier on rather than later on, where people just constantly going to be suffering opting for a better netcode. People want rollback. I'm not too sure how that's going to fit in. People are saying it's better rather than delay based. But as for the various minor issues, I just do hope that the devs or whoever it is that's just like implementing these changes are actually reading through their forums and are actually like taking into consideration what people are saying. As they've fixed, you know, various minor issues, once I'm going back to it again, it's more important for us as players to also speak up and say if we found anything or anything's a bit weird, even if you don't want to sound like stupid, like, hey, this isn't working or whatever. It's better to just say it rather than just be like, oh, it's just probably me being dumb or whatever. Nah, as long as you can get it out, people in the community will get back to you on it, and then if it is an issue, it will get sorted. So it's better to just say something rather than just keep it under wraps and then no one knows about it, and then later down the line it might become like a major issue or something. Speaking on that, let me go on to the game. So as I'm playing it now, I don't know if this is PC or like, yeah, PC exclusive, but with PC I play the game with a pad, right, and I've connected it by a USB wire. I have noticed, like as you can see, there's sound and all that, which is fine. But if per se you're playing, you might accidentally like spin your chair, your wire might fall out. When it falls out, if I unplug it like this, okay, now I plug it back in, so my controller's back on now, right? Okay, it's back on. Sometimes I have noticed that the actual audio for the game cuts out, and I don't know why that is, but it is a bit strange that that's a thing in the game. And it has happened a couple times on stream, so I'm not sure if that's something to do with the way that the game picks up certain things, but it's just a thing that I've noticed whilst playing it. So other than that, it has been working pretty fine on my end. But that's it for the patch notes today that got released, I believe, Tuesday. So the 24th of March it got released. But yeah, it's looking good so far. In terms of just like the general things that they're looking to implement. It shows that they're actually also taking into consideration what people are reporting, which is pretty good in my opinion, because it shows that they're like they're active with what they're doing, and they're not just you know, just saying the game's fine, it's out there, just pay and play. So it's good. I'm liking it. Only thing is, I did think at the start it was a bit overpriced, being £50 for about 10-11 characters, and then one being an actual DLC, which is Namaya. But it is moving towards in the right direction, and I like the way that they're doing, the way that they're progressing with the game. I personally feel that moving forward, similar to how they've done Beelzebub, where if you beat RPG mode, you unlock the character. You can pay for him as DLC, part of the Season 1 pass, but I do like the fact that they kind of went old school, where you like do arcade mode or do RPG mode, and then like you get a certain what do you call it, difficulty ranking or something. Say you get like S rank in every mission, then you unlock the character. So that's kind of like the type of vibe that I've kind of grown up as a kid playing certain games like Street Fighter and Fighting EX Layer and all that stuff. So it is good to see that they have implemented that just for like at least one character, rather than just everything being DLC. So this is cool. But that's it for the patch notes. Do let me know if you found any issues on your own whilst playing the game. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.